elevator today. She was looking for the breakfast room, and she was friendly and present, and then found out she's our keynote. And I know you're going to experience Raquel's passion, her commitment, her drive.
One of the biggest challenges you will be facing going forward is people. Attraction, retention, how to engage them, how to make sure that they become ambassadors of your business, of your brand, and bring the business forward. The number one reason why people leave their workplace, aside from not feeling that they don't learn anymore, is because of generational conflicts in the workplace. The leader that is required tomorrow is very different than the leader that was required when your parents or previous generations started or took over the business. So what does this mean for you in terms of future leader from a multi-generational perspective? And also, what are the opportunities and challenges that you will face when it comes to becoming the leader in a multi-generational organization? This is incredible. For the first time in history, there will be 4 generations in the workplace. The baby boomers are actually the most similar generation to millennials that there is. So whenever I do these sessions and I have baby boomers come in and say, oh, you're going to talk to me about those millennial people, who have all these expectations. They're actually so similar because the baby boomers were the millennials of their generation, of their time. They like to look at the big picture. They're generally optimistic. They avoid conflict and they seek personal gratification. They value commitment and loyalty. 65% of them would like to stay with the organization for the rest of their working life. Gen X, that's my generation, smallest generation in history. We're actually only 11%. They're very goal-oriented. They definitely question authority. They do not show loyalty to the employer, but they do show strong loyalty to people. And they're fundamentally just job hoppers. Work is just work. And money is the important motivator for that. Why does work have to be something that I dread and that I hate? Why can it be something that is an extension of me, something that I enjoy? And the previous generation is the one that said, well, if you like your job, it's not a job, it's a hobby. One thing that I don't like is when people talk about millennials as like very disloyal people, very, people that can show no loyalty. In reality, I find that they're very loyal, but they know what they want and they know they can get it. So if they find an environment where they can grow and thrive and be felt and heard, they're likely to stay. But if they don't, they're going to continue moving on. First generation to grow up with high speed. The biggest generation for them is making an impact and doing work that is meaningful. For that reason, they're very skeptical of working for others. Their greatest fear regarding their work life is that they won't get a job that matches their personality. So they really want to be able to bring themselves to work. They look first at the friendliness of people when assessing cultural fit within an organization. Why are there so many conflicts? And for baby boomers, you guys think that, or you can tell me if you disagree, but express myself freely around them is difficult. It's difficult to make them accept new things. It's difficult they can't motivate a team. They make them value your point of view, so they don't really value the point of view of younger generations. And then when it comes to Gen Xers, have them adopt flexible work regimes. That's a challenge. Their dominating nature is a challenge. Dealing with their control and command style and engaging them in discussions. Must remember to talk carefully and show them respect. Getting them to understand that they need to make their bones. Remember, they are different than me at their age. Understanding their key motivators and responding appropriately. Are you guys noticing something interesting about the first 2 sets of answers versus the third? This is about issues that people have with the generation. This is about things that the older generations believe they need to do for themselves to be better for you. So you see how the mind frame immediately shifts, right? So their biggest concern is not you or the millennials doing something wrong or being whatever. It's about them remembering how they need to be towards them. Is them remembering that, they need to motivate you. Is them remembering. So, when people doubt, the shift or the impact that you guys have had to be powerful, you can see it right here, right?